looking at your future. Put down the cigarette. Come hop on this jet.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another segment of Rico's Notes. Now you already know the deal. Before we go any further, like, subscribe, and drop those comments below on your opinion of the subject. Today, this is not going to be one of those, oh, he's a hippie with a vape type situation. This is a real life-changing subject. And I mean, it's life-changing for young adults, teenagers, elderly, even the most mature of us. We all know about smoking. Before I go any further, I'm going to give a little brief history. Me, when I was a little kid, man, I used to walk around. If I see a cigarette on the ground or a black, maybe in a wrapper or not cigar, no matter what it was, I was like, ugh, not touching it. Fuck that. Not happening. But then as the years progressed, we all know temptation, persuasion, and just not having nothing to do. Like sitting around a house like, what is the definition of life? We all search for it and we all look for it. And I have found a better solution. Now, today I had an interview with a guy at one of my favorite vape shops. I just became a starting vapor, I'm not gonna lie. After about, I wanna say about 4 or 5 years smoking, I just was thinking like, man, my body should not be feeling this way. It's gotta be telling me something. So thanks to the people that pioneered vapes. The guy looks like Orion, so I'm gonna call him Orion. This right here, it's like the fountain of youth. This right here is the shit. Point blank. So before I lose viewers by hearing me talk about this, that, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a perspective from an employer that works there. So before we even get any further, you already know the deal. This is not one of your uncle's backyard moonshine business. Like, these people are federally regulated by the FDA to provide the best things. Like, this is the first time the government has most likely looked out for your health, except for Obamacare. But that's about to be gone because Trump's in presidency.
Your vapes, we're local to Virginia, so.
Alrighty, so what are the main chemical ingredients in your vape juice?
We got 4 main ingredients. Basically, there's the flavoring, there's PG, VG, and then there's the nicotine, which you can get without. You can also get juice without nicotine. So, depending on what you get, 3 or 4 different ingredients.
Alrighty, so lately, you know, it's the big talk about the sudden combustion in the face and explosive vaping. So is that with every vape model, or is that just with certain ones?
Actually, the only time you'll ever see a mod break or blow up in front of you is when you have somebody that has an unregulated mod, so it doesn't give you like the ohms and stuff like that. And people who put builds in their own mod, they ohm either too low or they're too high, so that'll create the battery to explode, and it's not good for anybody. That's why you see these videos on Facebook and everything where it blows up in their pocket or in their face. Usually when it blows up in somebody's pocket, it's because they have loose batteries sitting in their pocket, with change and everything like that. So when something makes a connection to a battery, it'll create a little spark and it will combust. So it happened to me one time. I was cutting the battery wrap off of the battery, and I touched the positive side with the scissors just for a second. The spark came out. So if you do not keep your batteries in a case in your mod or your charger, then it is not safe to use. So those are the main 3 places you want to keep your batteries all the time.
So for beginning vapors, like, what type of model, like first starter kit, would you recommend?
For starting kits, honestly, I would recommend it's something with an external battery. You do not want to get an internal battery your first go, because you're eventually going to want to have to upgrade anyway. Best way to go is getting a battery or a 1 battery device or a 2 battery, anything with a kit, really, because the cheapest way is you can get like this whole setup for $87.97, and then all you have to buy is 2 batteries for it. So it's definitely the cheapest way to go for buying a whole setup, because then you don't have to really upgrade more to a higher volt or higher wattage, higher powered mod. So, and it's a regulated device. If you're a beginning vapor, you do not want to get an unregulated device unless you know Ohm's law. So, okay, because that's why it blows up.
Alrighty, so the chemicals that you place in your vape juice, can you give me a description of what you use to create your specific type of juices?
Well, I don't know how to make it. I've never made it myself. It's just the family that runs it. But I mean, all she really does is we have an FDA approved lab, and she will have all these different ingredients out for every type of flavor that you want, and all she has to do is mix the right percentage of PG, the right percentage of VG, and then the right percentage of nicotine, and the flavoring, obviously. But
Alrighty. So what is VG for some people that do
VG
not
is
know?
vegetable glycerin,
Vegetable glycerin.
and
PG
then
is
PG is like, I think it's called pyroglycerin, something on, I can't ever pronounce it. It's on my phone. Look it up on Google real quick. It's not a. It's VG is actually in a lot of things that you eat and a lot of things that you drink. It's an oral hygienic. You can find it at Walmart in the oral section. It goes into your toothpaste. It goes into everything that you need. So you're inhaling VG, or you're eating VG and you're drinking VG almost every day.
a fun fact right there.
Yeah, and a lot of people say, like, what is it? They say that you can drown yourself with water vapor. Not true at all. Actually, you inhale more water vapor than vaping in your shower. You know, all that steam, water vapor. And then, like, if you're also, you can put a blanket over your head and get a hot bowl of water and it would steam up, and you still would not even, you would never be able to drown your lungs with water vapor unless you had a chemical reaction or you had an allergic reaction. Only way. And so vaping actually would not ever hurt you in that way. What is the chemical? There we go. Right here. It's called propylene glycol. That's what it is. I could not think of it, but yeah. So that's what that is. And then, like I said, there's 4 main ingredients, which is the PG, VG, nicotine, and the flavoring. So that's it.
So just like cigarette products, they all comes in different type of brands, flavors, sizes, and stuff like that. So do you believe there's a bigger variety of vape juice compared to cigarette flavors?
Yes, way bigger. You know, you got your regular menthols, tobacco red, honeywood tobacco, all that type of stuff. And we even have those flavors in the store. So if you like the flavor of a cigarette, you can get it. So, but we also have like anywhere from raspberry lemonade to Skittle Dew, which is a Skittles and Mountain Dew mix. And then we have like blueberry cheesecake, strawberry cheesecake, anything you really want. And we have a juice for everybody that vapes.
So do you ever have problems with underage people coming in to buy vapes or vape juice, such as people under the age of 18, or are you regulated by the FDA not to sell?
I actually never really have underage people in this store because we ID everybody that comes in and buys stuff. So if somebody were to come in and look around, I'd have to ask for ID. If you're not 18, you got to get out. But I mean, not a lot of people know that now, and there's not really many underage people that come in here. So
Alrighty. So from, I want to say, a personal standpoint, do you believe it's more expensive to purchase tobacco products such as cigarettes, cigars, or we're just gonna leave it at that one? Or do you think it's less expensive to actually invest in vaping?
less expensive to invest in vaping, for sure. Vaping will cost more in the beginning, but in the long run, it'll save you a lot more money, because people who smoke a pack a day, 2 packs a day, what are you spending now on cigarettes? Like $6 here in Virginia for cigarettes. And then for us, all you have to do is pay for the mod, the 2 batteries, a charger, and if you get a kit, you don't have to buy a top piece like a tank or an RDA dripper. And then we have bottles of 120 mils that go for $25. So you're spending less, and those bottles will last you probably 2.5 weeks. So you're spending $25 every 2.5 weeks to get more juice instead of buying, a pack of cigarettes a day or whatever.
Alrighty, so you would recommend vaping over smoking any day?
Of course, by not even a second guess about that, because you feel a lot better. You don't have that raspy feel all the time in your throat when you smoke. Smoking actually, it leaves the tar in your lungs from the cigarette and the filters, and VG will actually break that down over time in your lungs, and it'll help you out with your lungs with the tar. So.
Okay, guys, so you heard it first from a professional, not just some random guy. This guy actually has to study a book. Like, he has to learn a policy, rules, and regulations just to work there to be able to sell these products. Now, like they say, it's money in your pocket instead of like spending $5 to $6 on a pack of cigarettes. And I know some smokers like you guys go through a pack a day, because trust me, see this right here? This is a Casino Black. Oh my gosh, this shit stinks. It smells worse than that. But look, basically, I smoke probably about like used to like 2 to 3 packs a day. I'm gonna say 2 to 3 blacks a day. Like I was spending money on blacks. Like a week, I might as well have bought a pack. But if I bought a pack, it'd be gone in what, 2 days? Because we all get stressed. We all get stressed. Now the difference is, like he said, there's like 4 main ingredients. 4 main ingredients in just this small bottle right here, and it comes in so many flavors. Like this right here is a cherry pineapple. The first one I ever got was like a caramel. It was delicious, and you can just smell it, you can taste it, and it's just like, it was heaven. And there's like thousands and thousands of cigarettes, as you can see right now. I'm posting them up on the screen. These are chemicals, harmful chemicals to the body, and like, look what it does to your lungs. Like, look at the healthy pair of lungs compared to that. That's fucking disgusting. Like, that's not supposed to be in your body. And then it's like the big tobacco company, they push these products on us, and it's like they know that there's no other way out of buying these products except for marijuana. But yeah, everybody loves marijuana. Can't say nothing bad about that. But look, this is a healthier solution. Stop just being that person that's making excuses. Well, I don't have the money to buy those big things. They're not that very expensive. Some of them are. I'm not gonna lie. They're very expensive. The one I have is Aspire Vizio. I got it from a friend, cheap, $60. Retail price probably like $120, $130. But look, it's not that expensive. Stop making excuses. That's all we do. We make excuses to try to stick to our norm. Change. What happened to uniqueness? Be different. Like, this is a club. The people come in there and they just relax. This is what one of the Pioneer vape shops look like. Don't just like somewhere you just want to spin instead of being outside in the cold, shivering, trying to spark up. Like, come on, really? Really? Think before you act, man. Think before you act. Thanks for watching. Hey, Ryan, if that's your name, I apologize. Pioneer Vapes. You guys were a big support, and I appreciate the support. Thank you for the interview. You guys tune in for another subscription to Rico's Notes. You already know the deal. Like, subscribe. Keep vaping.